Thank you. We now recognize Mr. Green for 5 minutes.
Chairman Doyle, Ranking Member Latta, thank you very much. And members of the subcommittee, thank you for having me. I'm Gregory Green. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Fatbeam. Fatbeam is a small ISP and fiber-based infrastructure provider in the West Coast. Today, Fatbeam operates in 7 markets: Washington, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, and Oregon. We also just opened a region in Southwest region in Nevada, Arizona, and New Mexico. We build fiber optic networks in typically markets Tier 2 and Tier 3, 150,000 in population and below. And in those markets, we provide healthcare providers, government agencies, schools, education, higher ed, and other businesses and institutions open access to our network, which also means that we share our fiber network with other ISPs such that they can deliver residential and other services that maybe we don't initially provide in that market space. I've always been a proponent of net neutrality. Fatbeam supports net neutrality, and we support very much the FCC order in 2015 for net neutrality. In fact, since net neutrality, we've invested in 8 new markets from the order coming out in 2015. Overall, we've invested $30 million in fiber-based infrastructure, not wireless, but fiber-based infrastructure. And we're in 40 markets, as I mentioned, that we operate today. The driver for that is obviously, or the demand for our inventory and our product set is driven by our customers. When there's a need, we will prevail and we provide that solution. And we very much enjoy coming into a marketplace that is requesting demand and services when in fact there's only maybe an incumbent of a cable company and a phone company in place. In 2017, I wrote a letter, an open letter, supporting the rules for net neutrality. I was concerned about the repeal, and I remain so today. I have 20 plus years in the organization, and I'm very confident that over those years we've had many successes, including that in the cellular industry, where we utilize Title II. There's a fallacy that seems to be out there that there's a history and the fallacy of investment where AT&T and Comcast and others would possibly invest less money if net neutrality were to continue. And having looked at those actual numbers, there may have been a smaller investment, but was very, very minuscule. We continue to invest today, and we continue to grow our business, and net neutrality is a very large component of that because we believe in the foundation that net neutrality provides for equal access for everyone. We know that in a lot of marketplaces that 70% of the consumers only have one choice for their ISP. And we do not feel that as a competitive, it may be a competitive advantage, but it's not an open access advantage so that the consumer ends up with what they need at the end of the day. They need competition, they need a landscape which they can count on, and investment in the community. I'm not a lawyer, I'm a businessman. But I was very much part of the Bipartisan Telecommunications Act of 1996 when Craig McCaw and myself and a lot of other gentlemen began the path down a company called Nextlink. If you remember the name Nextlink and Craig McCaw, we built a company called Nextlink. It later became XO Communications, one of the first CLECs in the United States. We raised $400 million during that time. And the Telecommunications Act of 96 gave us that very opportunity to do so. So I appreciate the opportunity to speak today. I appreciate the opportunity that you've provided us to be a part of this. I'd like to say that we very much support net neutrality, and we will answer any questions that you may have today. Thank you.